Hey everyone, I'm Elfowls, and welcome back to Stage 2 of the PPL NX. This time we're up against Kaz, coach of the Detroit Blue Flares. This team is headlined by Shaman Sky, which is legal for some reason, and Cinderace, which are the two biggest threats. To support those, Iron Crown acts as a solid bulky steel type, QRM is a powerful breaker, Donphan is a nice bulky ground type and spinner, and also a powerful potential Terra Captain, and Rotom-Wash is a great pivot to get in and out of those threats. Those are kind of the big six in this matchup for me, but honestly just about everything is a threat. Zoroark is another great breaker or revenge killer with Choice Scarf. Sylveon threatens my generally very weak team with strong hyper voices, and Scrafty makes for a scary, bulky setup sweeper with Terra. I do like my matchup overall though. I think I have checks to all the major threats, so I felt pretty good about this build. To start, I'm working with Choice Scarf Great Tusk to get the jump on my opponent's fast offense. With that Scarf, I outspeed my opponent's entire unboosted team up through Shaman, and dual stabs cover everything besides the Shaman, and I'm running Ice Spinner for that. Rapid Spin clears hazards in a pinch, which works out since I'm decently likely to be switching this in on Donphan or Court Change Cinderace. The Scarf does make this pretty prediction reliant, but it's a great piece to switch in on physical attacks, and then potentially get a very strong, fast hit off afterwards. Next up, we have Deoxys Speed, which will hopefully set us up nicely in the early game. This is probably going to be my lead for the matchup, because it's built to force progress against pretty much anything except Scrafty from a position of relative safety. Psycho Boost with Investment takes a good chunk off of bulkier pivots like Donphan and Rotom, while using the Eject Pack to pivot me out to something that can better tank hits from those guys. Psycho Boost also deals great damage to fast threats like Shaman and Cinderace, but if those are at full health, I'd rather cripple them with Thunder Wave so that they're much less threatening to the rest of my team. Stealth Rock is of course great to set up if I can find a turn for it, and the last slot goes to Knockoff, which is another great way to guarantee progress on a switch-in, no matter what that switch-in is. I have a lot of special attack on this so that Psycho Boost can chunk things down, and enough speed to outrun Scarf Rotom. And then Max HP allows me to tank most hits from full, so that Deoxys has multiple turns to disrupt and make more progress. To support these two fast damage dealers, next up I have Hisuian Goodra to tank hits from the likes of Shaman, Iron Crown, Sylveon, Zoroark, and Rotom. This is specifically one of the best Shaman answers in the game with its Steel typing, high special defense, and Sap Sipper. Draco Meteor deals great damage across the board, and Flamethrower is coverage to hit Iron Crown and Shaman. Notably, I have enough special attack investment to 2-hit KO offensive Shaman, assuming its speed creeps down to Raikou, and invests the rest into special defense. Heavy Slam rounds out the coverage by hitting Sylveon and Doxbun. Even uninvested, it's way stronger on average than Flash Cannon. And then Dragon Tail ensures that Iron Crown can't just set up on me if I'm down to -2 from a Draco. We have enough special bulk to avoid the 3-hit KO from timid Shaman's Earth Power, and any spare EVs went to defense to better tank random low kicks and the likes. Then, to act as my breaker for the matchup, I have Tail Glow Manaphy, which looks poised to claim at least one KO before it goes down. There are a decent number of mons on my opponent's team that I can try to set up on, including Cinderace and Donphan, both of which I should threaten out, and Iron Crown, which is slower than Manaphy and shouldn't be able to deal that much damage. If I can get that boost, Manaphy becomes an exceptional breaker. Scald is powerful water stab with a nice burn chance to cheese through bad matchups. Ice Beam covers Shaman, which I'm also baiting to stay in with a Rindo Berry, and Alluring Voice hits QRM and Scrafty pretty hard. Manaphy's actually stretched pretty thin on coverage in this match. I did want Energy Ball for Rotom, but hitting Shaman and QRM just ended up being too important. Max Special Attack maximizes our damage output with enough speed to outrun QRM and Iron Crown. And that's not my only setup sweeper, because next we have Comfey running a Calm Mindset. Comfey looks like a really good late game sweeper in this matchup, boosting up before attacking with priority Draining Kiss to keep itself healthy while sweeping. Giga Drain fills in a similar role while also getting extra damage on Rotom and Donphan, and Terra Blast Fire rounds out the coverage by hitting Iron Crown and Vileplume super effectively. That Fire Terra is also super useful defensively, since it allows me to resist Sylveon's Hyper Voice and Iron Crown's Tachyon Cutter. It also forces Cinderace to Libero out of its Fire type to hit me neutrally, which means that I can hit it neutrally afterwards. The Shuka Berry ensures that I can 2-hit KO Donphan safely while surviving an Earthquake after I Terra. I have enough speed on this for timid Sylveon, with most of the EVs going towards HP and special attack to maximize the potential for a bulky sweep. Then lastly, because Goodra can't handle all the special attackers by itself, I have a specially bulky Ogerpon in the last slot. This is mostly here to handle Sylveon, since we can switch in and either tank its resisted Hyper Voice or encore any defensive setup before hitting back with an Ivy Cudgel. That Mold Breaker Ivy Cudgel only misses out on hitting Cinderace and Rotom, and I at least have Grass Stab Horn Leech to threaten that Rotom. If Cinderace is gone, there really aren't any switch-ins to this, so despite it being a more defensive set, it could still be a solid offensive threat. Synthesis allows me to heal up and switch into certain special attackers multiple times. Having a special bulk on this to avoid the one-hit KO from Maz Shaman's Air Slash after Rocks. That still doesn't leave the odds in my favor against a flinch chance, of course, but it at least gives me a chance to win that matchup. This still leaves enough speed to outrun Kyurem, with the rest dumped into attack to maximize our surprisingly solid damage. That is going to do it for the team builder though, so with all that said, I'll see you guys in the battle.
Alright, that is Kaz. Let's see what kind of matchup we're looking at. So, we see the Kyurem first. Writing these down. That is Scrafty. Not quite expected. Cinderace. Iron Crown. Rotom Wash. And Donphan. So, notably missing. Oh, no Shaman is kind of wild. Yeah, I guess if I have a Hisuian Goodra, sure, alright. So no Shaman, no Sylveon is a relief, and so is no Zoroark. And the Terras, there are 3 Terra Captains on that team. Scrafty's Fairy, and Donphan is Dragon, okay? Notably, yeah, those are the only 2 Terra Captains they brought. Okay. So, Deoxys is good. Because Scrafty's there, it's less good. I could lead Tusk, but I think I will still try Deoxys. If Scrafty comes in, I do just have a great Tusk that's pretty good into it. So let's try this. Yeah, alright, good luck, have fun to Kaz. So unless it is directly a Scrafty lead, I should be in a pretty good spot here with Deoxys. And that is, oh, the Crown. Okay. See if it pops a booster or anything. No booster. Okay. I'm tempted to just go for a Stealth Rock here. I don't think it can do too much to me. If it starts setting up, I can Thunder Wave and then pivot out to maybe Goodra. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm going to set up rocks on this. Okay, I outspeed. Max speed Scarf Crown would outspeed me. It's agility, okay. So I thought about it being agility weakness policy. I'm gonna Thunder Wave here. Tachyon Cutter, 304 down to 141. 204 minus 141. Tachyon Cutter doing... Oh, also, did I miss that Thunder Wave? That sucks. Shoot, that really sucks. Okay. I don't know if... I wasn't actually looking at the screen, I was calking. But, yeah, that sucks. I'm gonna go... Goodra. It doesn't look like it's max invested, which is good. And Goodra can be kind of dedicated to this since it was mostly a Shaman check. Yeah. Did 47 with the Tachyon. Yeah, it's not quite max. With Focus Blast, it would do about half to me, which, you know, is not ideal, but I can at least Dragon Tail. And get rid of this threat. At least get it out of here for now. Okay, I'll have to look back at that footage and... Okay, good. Focus Blast misses. Thank goodness. Dragon Tail hits. Alright. I'm guessing that has to be the weakest policy set. Good thing I didn't go for knockoff, but I was definitely expecting that. It's a Cinderace. Let's see if it has boots. It looks like it has boots on. So this could be unfortunate because it could court change. Boots Cinderace to me, let's see. With a low kick, because low kick is just as strong as high jump kick, it is favored to KO me if it goes for that. I think I could go Tusk here. If it court changes, I have a pretty nice close combat that's actually pretty unresisted, so I don't mind that. I suppose if it court changes, I could also Rapid Spin to get those out of here. Goes for low kick. Okay. Yeah, that does a lot. 385 minus 28. Looks firmly jolly, not adamant, right? Yeah, that's jolly. Okay. So I have a pretty good close combat here, right? No solid switch-ins on their side. Cinderace could go down to this. It would suck if I don't KO it, and then it can low kick for the KO, but that would just be what it has to be. Alright, something is going to have to take a close combat. And that something is going to be... What is this? It's the Rotom, okay. Rotom could be a defensive Rocky Helmet set. Ooh, quite a bit of damage there. In fact, I'm kind of guessing that's Scarf. Which would actually outspeed me. I'm not spec'd to outspeed Scarf Rotom, even though I myself am Choice Scarf. Okay, so I'm gonna go... I think Ogerpon was my play into this. Especially because there's no Sylveon to check with Ogerpon. I am kind of expecting Scarf Hydro Pump to come out here. So let's do that. I guess it could also like just be like a Pain Split set, I don't know. It does Pain Split, shoot. Okay. A little unfortunate, but what even switches into this? Cinderace can switch in for sure. Kinda wish I had Knock right now, because that would be nice to hit that. Horn Leech would be nice into this Rotom, but I kind of doubt that it's going to be staying in here. I wish I just stayed in with Great Tusk, but I was scared of Scarf, so, you know. Tempted to Synthesis. I'm going to do that. I think you're switching out. And I want to be able to check Rotom later. Let me double check that Great Tusk health again, though, on the Rotom. Yeah, I expect that to be like an offensive set, so... because defensive Rotom would take just over half. Yeah. Probably Cinderace? It is, yeah. Okay. Alright, Great Tusk is less safe every time it switches in. But it can sure take a hit, right? From Jolly Cinderace. Oh, I don't know. It's more likely to stay a Fire type, which means I could Headlong Rush. It could go Gunk Shot, which would be pretty bad. I'm actually kind of tempted to go Goodra, because you're not going for low kick this turn, I know that. But Goodra's kind of need for Iron Crown, so maybe not. I think I could just go Tusk. Oh, yeah, that's tough. Let's just do it. You do what you gotta do here. See what it goes for. If it's Gunk Shot, this is a pretty good switch in, because I resist that, right? Ground resist poison. It goes for Swords Dance. Okay. Well, good thing I'm Starved. And it's normal type, so this close combat guaranteed kills. This turn worked out for me. And, I mean, depending on what comes in, I'd be tempted to just CC with Great Tusk and so on down. But, of course, this is a pretty good switch into stuff like Donphan and Scrafty. Wow, I thought about switching Goodra into this. That would have been a pretty bad situation. Let's see it, though. Yes! Cinderace down is so good. Okay. Alright. We take a nice early lead here. Whatever my opponent brings in here, they have to be, like, semi-comfortable with it taking a CC, which, I mean, nothing really is. Iron Crown can probably take one and then KO me. Same with Donphan, I guess. I think Rotom's too low. Or it could be Scarf Kyurem. I guess Scrafty could also come in and Terra Fairy. It's gonna be a Kyurem. Does it take rocks? It does. Okay. It would be tempting to just let the CC rip and like see if it's Scarf, because that is important information. But I think I could just go Ogerpon. Ogerpon into a Scarf Kyurem. Yeah, nothing it's doing is going to two-shot. And Ogerpon actually gets put into a pretty good position from there. I could always just sack Deoxys as well. It's actually not the worst idea, considering there's still Scrafty chilling in the back. It's not that useful. But I'm gonna go with Ogerpon. I have the least to lose here, I think, as long as it's like the special Scarf set that I'm expecting. Okay, what do we got? It goes for Freeze Dry, 331 to 220. 111, which is a high roll for Timid. Lower roll for Modest, so we don't know that yet. But I do feel like I can probably say it's Scarf. I'd be willing to just ID Cudgel here. That does good damage to this. Nothing really wants to switch in on me. Goes for the Freeze Dry again. Do I take another one of those? Let's see. I didn't check that second one. Freeze Dry. If it's Timid Kyurem, I actually, I tank another one, so I can try to Synthesis. Don't die here. Okay, great. I guess I am probably tempting Fate here. I'm not going to say what the secondary effect is. I don't want to speak it into existence. But I think I just have to try and stay at pretty good health. Yeah, this is definitely Scarf Kyurem. I could have gone for the Cudgel there. Maybe that was better, because taking this Kyurem out, or at least getting it into Rock's range, would have been amazing. Yeah, especially defensive Ogerpon, definitely coming in clutch in this situation. See what my opponent wants to do about this thing. Their best bet probably is fishing for more freeze dries, honestly. Okay, yeah, because, I mean, I get back to full here, and like I said, nothing really likes switching in here. It's this Crafty, could be Intimidate. Not Intimidate Scrafty, okay. It's Leftovers. Okay, if it's a bulk up set, max HP. Honestly, my Ivy Cudgel does quite a bit to it. Should do almost half. And I can encore the bulk up. So that's the plan. See what happens here. That looks... Yeah, there's a bulk up. Alright. Oh, Ogerpon's in such a good position here. There shouldn't be anything this Scrafty can do about this. Okay. So yeah, free Encore Click. This has been good so far. We've been denying a whole bunch of setup from them. And I could maybe make a switch. Or I could just keep hitting Ivy Cudgels. It's a high crit rate move. So it would have to crit through eventually, and I mean, it's not like they have switch-ins to an Ivy Cudgel, so yeah. Let's just go for it. They do have to switch out. It could be the Crown, right? It's the Rotom. Okay. I certainly don't mind hitting this. I guess I haven't revealed the grass move yet. I'm going to do that now. This should definitely KO the Rotom. We saw how much Great Tusk did to it. It is Scarf. Yeah, that's definitely Scarf Rotom. Okay. Great. So it went for Scarf Pain Split earlier. That's interesting. Alright. But yeah, Ogerpon kills Rotom with Horn Leech. And it's the... oh, it's the Crown, okay. So obviously, like, Ivy Cudgel is tempting because it's super effective, but I'm thinking it has to be weakness policy. Ivy Cudgel, it actually, like, it might KO this thing, even if it has some bulk. I don't think I want to risk that, though. I could just go Goodra, which... yeah, Goodra's, like, pretty much just here for this at this point. So we're gonna Dragon Tail. Goes for Agility. Yeah, that's gotta be the weakness policy set. And yes, I have a Flamethrower click into this, but I'm not doing that by any means. We're clicking Dragon Tail. Yeah, it can start going for Focus Blast, which might 2-hit KO me, so no thank you. It misses another Focus Blast. Sorry about that. Yeah, get that thing out of here. Honestly, I'm kind of tempted to Ivy Cudgel next time with Ogerpon. Oh, it's in this Scrafty. That's actually kind of unfortunate for me. I think it probably... well, it either goes for Bulk Up or Drain Punch here. Comfey could force it into the Terra Fairy. I'm not sure what to do about this thing. It's kind of tough. Because any time I can go back into Ogerpon to Encore it, so it probably feels hard-pressed to bulk up, right? Especially because I have a Dragon Tail ready for it. Let's see, Goodra versus this Scrafty. Bulk up. Yeah, Drain Punch would do a lot, but I think I just need a Dragon Tail. Yeah, it does go for it. Yeah, it's going to heal a decent amount. It's not going to get to full, and I should be able to Dragon Tail it out. Not quite the full, but basically. Okay. Yeah, that's like the one thing I didn't want switched in. It's the crown again, okay. Honestly, given how chipped this thing is getting, I'm probably just fine to Dragon Tail until I go down. I think that's just fine. Yeah, we're just gonna Dragon Tail again. It's definitely in range of Ogerpon at this point. The Scrafty again. Oh my god. Yeah, once again, I didn't want that. You know what? I actually didn't think about this until right now, but it is Terra Fairy. It could absolutely go for the Terra here, be immune to Dragon Tail. So I think I'm gonna go back into Ogre. If it goes for a weak Drain Punch, that's not the end of the world. I'm pretty bulky on this. Yeah, there it is. And now, because I have, I have a little bit of speed in my Goodra. I don't think the Scrappy's going to be speed invested. Yeah, there's a bulk up. We're going to encore that. But yeah, the Scrappy's not going to be speed invested, hopefully. It might have a little bit of creep, we'll see. But if I ever switch it in again, I can Heavy Slam now. Because that should go in for bulks up. We'll see. Yeah, I obviously encore here. This is a very telegraphed encore, but yeah, I had to do it. Alright, so we're gonna see it just keep going for bulk up. Let's see here. If I lock it in like a second time with Encore, I can go back into Manaphy now, and then like set up a couple of tail glows. But for now, I am just going to go for ID Cudgel crits. It's actually decent damage. Yeah, we might be here for a little bit. I think because of limited PP, I am just going to go until I have to hit it. Oh, there's a crit. Yep, high crit move. It's at +3 right now. Alright, Encore's over. I'm trying to see if Hornleech KOs, because that's technically better, but I'm just going to go for the Cudgel. Alright. Yep, crit was going to happen sooner or later, that's what I was looking for. Ogerpon-H Scrafty with Ivy Cudgel. Alright, and it's down to the Scarf Keyrim, the Weakness Policy Agility Iron Crown, and this Terra Dawn Fan, which has not been revealed yet. It's Dragon Terra. That's actually a pretty good answer to Ogerpon. Oh wait, sorry. the other thing, Terra. Okay, so here's Ogerpon versus Iron Crown. I've been saying the whole match that I can get it into Cudgel range, and like, that should absolutely be range. Even if it's decently Fizz-Def. Like, let's even say gold. It is at... Wait, if it's max Fizz-Def. I either KO it or I put it in the Comfey range, so yeah, we're fine. Yeah. Alright, hey. Good Ogerpon game right now. Kyurem's gonna come in. Has to do that. Alright. Kyurem. Da-da-da. Wait. Kyurem. Palkia. I just want to see if Horn Leech KOs. It looks like it definitely does. Yeah. So let's do that. Oh no, it misses the Draco. Shoot. Okay, and it is just down to the Donphan, which I'll just Horn Leech a couple of times. Is there any situation where that's, like, not a good idea? I don't think so. It's Boots Donphan, so yeah, we're just gonna Horn Leech. It does take it pretty well, but let's see what it actually can do to me. Earthquake. Does that two-shot? No. So yeah, I'm fine to Horn Leech. And that should wrap up 6-0. See what happens here. Anything? Nope. Alright. Yeah. Let's grab that last KO. And that is a 6-0 with 5 KOs to Ogerpon. Honestly, I was not expecting this set to put in as much work as it did, but I'm really happy about it. Yeah, that's great. It really just came down to that. Ogerpon like tanking hits all day from the Kyurem on Corrin's Crafty. And we can't forget Great Tusk using its Scarf to take out the threat Cinderace, and Goodra phasing out that Iron Crown until it was guaranteed in range of Ogerpon. So, yeah, our plan, came together. GG to Kaz. I had fun with it, and yeah, with that being said, that's a win for us. This is the first match I'm actually playing of PPL Stage 2, so I don't know what order the matches are in off the top of my head right now, but yeah, that's a win. You'll know the actual record that I'm at this point in the video, I guess. So yeah, I'll see you guys for the next game of PPL NX, and thanks for watching. Bye.